What is up, everybody? It's Sky. Hope you're all doing well. Today is gonna be another build battle video, but with a little bit of a twist. I'm gonna be building with only blocks found in nature, like dirt, stone, grass, logs, and not much else. I think it's gonna be pretty hard, but hopefully I can pull through in the end. Anyway, let's get into the video. So the themes are Mushroom, Stadium, Gothic, Carnival, and Toy Box. I ended up voting for Mushroom because I thought it would be the best just because it's nature and I was just using nature blocks. And it ended up being super voted by Pringle Can, so yeah, that's pretty good. Honestly, I was scared that I wasn't going to win and I was going to have to build something like some sort of structure, which kind of would be too bad, but anyway. I started off by building the body here and just building the mouth. Honestly, it kind of looks like a lobster, but oh well. And I ended up making it pretty thin of a body, not like lengthwise but widthwise, just because I wanted to put mycelium on top to make it into a mushroom. Because you might have been wondering why I'm making a dragon out of dirt, but you'll see it'll come together in the end, hopefully. But yeah, so I just started with dirt. It was kind of the first block I could think of when I was thinking of nature, and yeah, I wish I made the body a little bit bigger because it's pretty small here. It ended up being a bit crowded. Finish it. Anyway, kind of off topic, but earlier I was playing and the Minecraft servers went down and everybody's skin turned into an Alex skin. And it was definitely pretty interesting. My games were even glitching. Like, I was playing a build battle game and literally half the walls were gone in the plot. Like, half of the people could see what other people were building because there was literally no walls in half the plot. I'm not really sure if it's related to the servers glitching. It was at about the same time, so probably. And also, when we spawned in the lobby, there's literally, like, it was just in the void. Like, the lobby was just the void. Everyone was like, this lobby is cursed. Yeah, anyway, I'm just adding the mycelium on top here to make it look kind of like a mushroom island, you know, because it's like also a nature block. You can get it in nature with silk touch, so I decided it counts. If grass counts, mycelium counts, even though it's really rare. Like, I've never found a mushroom island in survival. I can't think of a time that I have, maybe like once or twice. I mean, I don't really play that much survival, but I've had my fair share of games and I basically never find a mushroom island. They're so rare, but I ended up using mycelium for this. Hopefully people got it. And yeah, honestly, I wish I made the face a little bit thicker. It's really thin and it really reminds me of like a lobster face, or even more like a lobster's claw for a face. It kind of looks like a big lobster arm. But yeah, that's the main thing that I didn't really like about it. It's just really thin of a face, like lengthwise. But it's kind of tall too, and it's just like, I don't know. I didn't like it too much. And I didn't know what to do for eyes or teeth either, because I couldn't really use slabs, because you can't find slabs in nature. I thought about it, and I think that there's nether brick slabs in like nether fortresses, but I wasn't really thinking too hard when I made this. So yeah. And also, later on you'll see with the teeth, I couldn't use stairs, obviously. So I ended up making it out of birchwood. And it kind of looks a little bit awful, making the teeth from birchwood. But I think it turned out okay. It was probably one of the best blocks I could have chosen for teeth. And I couldn't place the mushrooms here. I wanted to put mushrooms kind of for the bottom teeth. Just have little bottom teeth, not too big like this. But I had to change it to mycelium at the bottom too. And yeah, adding the mycelium as the block on top kind of made this whole structure of the dragon a little bit weird. It looks kind of squarish and there's not much blocks on the side. And yeah, anyway, I started adding mushrooms on top just to add, like, they kind of look like they're in the places of wings, but here I'm adding wings on top. Normally I would have done that with like a different block like quartz pillars, but I didn't really have much white blocks to work from. Like, I could have used snow. I wasn't really thinking about that too much when I was doing that. And I guess I don't think snow blocks actually spawn naturally, because like it snows the like the little pieces of snow, like the thin ones. But yeah, anyway, I just use the birch for the claws of the hands. Normally I use the same stairs whatever I use for the teeth, because it's just in my inventory, so I just use birch since I use it for the teeth. It kind of looks weird, and it kind of looks like it's like cut off fingers inside of the thing. Anyway, This mushroom did not want to bone meal for me. I was trying to bone meal it for so long and it just did not want to come into existence. Like, I was just having so much trouble. I was bone mealing it for like 15 seconds. Anyway, I got it even on the edge of the block. Like, I thought maybe it wasn't bone mealing because it was like not enough blocks around it, but then it bone mealed on the edge of the block, so I'm not really sure. And then I just added middles to the wings. I wasn't really sure what to fill the wings with because normally I just do glass, but I decided diorite since I didn't think of snow at the time, and it's kind of just like a white block. I can think of much other white blocks in nature, so I just use this. And honestly, I feel like the texture of diorite, I kind of love it and hate it at the same time. It looks like bird poop, but at the same time it has like a nice texture, I guess. And I think with some texture packs it looks nicer too. I'm just using the default texture pack because I feel like most people just see the default texture pack, especially like the noobs that play. Like, a lot of people use it, so I want to see what other people are making and like see how they're seeing the textures as well. So yeah, here I was kind of stuck on what to do. Like, I made the mushrooms on top, and that was kind of my basic idea. And then I changed the floor to sandstone, which is really ugly, but I decided to change it to water because it kind of makes it look like it's the mushroom island in the water. So yeah, and here I was just like looking around. I was like, what can I do? Which I really regret because I did not end up finishing all the details that I wanted to do later. You'll see. But here I'm just putting mushrooms on top of it, just to add a little bit more detail. And then I was just sitting here again. I was kind of really stuck here. I wish I made the body a little bit better though, because the body is just like small and it kind of gets squished. Anyway, I did soul sand because it's kind of like a darker dirt and adds more variety in color with the dragon. And just adding it on the belly here just to make a different colored belly. And I do think this helped with the shape of the dragon a little bit, but I think it's still turned out really like blocky looking and a little bit small and weird. But there's only so much you can do when the blocks are all like from nature and they're all just bad. Like, most natural blocks are just bad. Most of the good ones are like you have to craft them and stuff. But yeah, my rule basically was if you have to craft it, then I'm not gonna use it. So yeah, I had those big things I was talking about in my last video. I don't know what they are still. The antenna horn things that are like floppy. I don't know. And yeah, here I am just adding mushrooms because I thought it'd be cute. And look, that mushroom there, it just jumped. I have watched this multiple times and I have no idea why the mushroom jumped. But I think it's kind of funny. And just making a lot of them into babies because the baby mushrooms are really cute. And yeah, just turned it into more islandy looking. And that one over there just jumped too. I saw that. And that one's moving around. They're both moving around ones. Maybe making them move makes them jump for some reason. I don't know. It looks really funny though. Anyway, just filling up the ground with lily pads, trying to add a bit more detail. And I really wish I could have put more leaves. I added a little bit of leaves just to work kind of like vines, but it really didn't end up being that well. And then I added vines, and then yeah, kind of ran out of time. Anyway, here's the first build. It's unfinished. I feel like if it was finished, it actually could have been really good. But unfortunately, it wasn't finished. And I didn't use much of the plot either. Just kind of unfortunate, but yeah. Gotta get some higher CPS and just spam that thing. Here's the second one. It's a Mario mushroom, but I realized like 2 seconds in, it's really lopsided. Like, it's just so lopsided there. And I think they must have been probably copying it from Google Images. Like, I just find pixel art so low effort. Anyway, they probably must have messed up the measurements in it. Because they were probably just looking at the pixels with no like grid and just messed up the pixels, which is kind of bad. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend making pixel art in Build Battle. It just looks like you didn't put any effort in. Anyway, there's this mushroom. It's definitely interesting. I'm not sure what the stone thing behind it is, but there's that. And then this one, I like this one just because it looks like a lot more effort was put into it, even though it's basically all squares and all the mushrooms are squares, the house is square. I think it just looks like more effort was put into it than the last ones. And yeah, for some reason I like going into houses with interior, even though I never build them myself. I just like playing around with the stuff inside the houses. Anyway, here's my one. People are kind of looking at it. They were probably confused where the theme was mushroom, and I built mushrooms on top of a dragon. And I think, honestly, from first glance, it's probably kind of hard to tell what it is because it's so crowded. I just wish I made it a bit bigger and I did end up having kind of extra time there, so I probably could have made it bigger, but I didn't. And yeah, so there's this big mushroom. This one was pretty good. It was very much like a perfect shape, but I think it was pretty good. I've made builds similar to this for the theme mushroom. Not really as perfect. I've just like made big spiraling ones. Anyway, this one is so ugly. It's using all of the worst blocks of the game. I hate netherrack so much, and then it's using oakwood planks. Oakwood planks I don't like. I don't have a reason that I don't like them. And then acacia wood, which I also hate. And then the polished diorite, which just comes together to make this hideous looking mushroom. It's so ugly. Anyway, this big mushroom one, I only got 4th, but there's only so much you can do when you're only using blocks from like nature and stuff. I know I've been saying nature a lot for this video, but yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I hope you can like and subscribe. And yeah, I look forward to seeing more content soon, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.